All right, let's dive right in. You know that feeling when you type a brilliant, detailed prompt into an AI, really hoping for a tool you can actually use, and you just get hit with a massive wall of text? What if, instead, you were handed a finished, fully working application, like something you can click around in, share with your team, and literally instantly publish to the web? Well, in today's explainer, we're exploring exactly how to build tangible web assets using Claude artifacts. It is a fundamental shift in how we interact with AI, and we're going to break down exactly how the whole shebang works.
So let's look at the core problem and the ultimate solution. The old way is that super frustrating, endless wall of text we are all way too familiar with. You ask for code and you just get lines upon lines that you have to copy, paste, and somehow figure out how to run in some external editor. But the new way? It hands you a finished, working tool directly inside your browser. No more copying and pasting. The output is generated, rendered, and literally ready to use in seconds. Artifacts actually physically changes your workspace. It smartly routes these substantial outputs into a dedicated, self-contained side panel on the right. So notice how your standard conversation stays cleanly separated on the left. Instead of scrolling endlessly up and down your chat to find that one piece of code or that drafted document, your final product just sits entirely on its own. And it doesn't just sit there. It renders HTML, React components, JavaScript, or formatted Markdown right there in your browser. Plus, there's a little publish button in the corner that we'll explore shortly because it honestly fundamentally changes how you share your work. Okay, so the crucial point I want you to remember is this number right here, 0. I really want to put massive emphasis on this. Literally, zero code experience is required to use this feature. None. You don't need to be a software engineer. You don't even need to know what a React component is. If you can type a basic description of what you want in plain English, you can build fully functional web assets. It completely bridges the gap between natural language and functional software. The underlying promise of artifacts is incredibly straightforward. 1, conversation. 0 code experience required, no web hosting, no developer, no cost. If you're a beginner, hear me loud and clear on this. You do not need to set up servers, you're not paying for hosting, and you don't need to hire a web developer to get your ideas onto a screen. And honestly, the best part? This powerful feature is turned on by default on every single Claude plan. Free tier, Pro, Max, Team, Enterprise, you name it. You have this capability right now, with absolutely 0 hidden setup costs. Let's move to our next section, the one example and interactive budget calculator. Just imagine a personal finance blogger who wants to give their readers a reusable monthly budget calculator. They don't just want a block of text explaining how to budget, right? They want live math, expense categories, and a sleek, color-coded savings progress bar. Let's see exactly how Artifacts pulls this off.
The workflow essentially operates in 3 really simple steps. Step 1 is the prompt. The blogger just types out their requirements. Hey, create an interactive monthly budget calculator as an artifact. Include income and expense fields and show a color-coded savings progress bar. That's it. Step 2 is the live preview. Claude instantly opens the artifact panel with the complete HTML and JavaScript already rendered. The blogger can literally type numbers into the tool and watch the totals update instantly, right inside the chat window. Then step 3, published URL. Once it's working perfectly, the blogger clicks that publish button and Claude instantly generates a public link. They paste that link into their newsletter and boom, their readers can use the calculator directly. No Claude account or sign up required for them at all.
But, what if you make a mistake? What if you want to change a label? Or maybe add a totally new category? You just ask. Iterating is incredibly easy. You just type your corrections straight into the chat, something like, hey, actually add a category for pet expenses. Claude updates the artifact immediately. And don't even worry about breaking things because Artifacts has a built-in version history. It keeps both copies. So you can always roll back to a previous version with a single click if something goes completely sideways. You get to experiment with total freedom. Now, understanding exactly when to deploy this tool is pretty key. Basically, you want to use Artifacts for finished things. We're talking calculators, apps, full code files for developers, or deeply formatted documents. On the flip side, you use standard chat for short answers, things like quick definitions, a 3-line snippet of code, or a simple yes or no question. Usually Claude is smart enough to know the difference and place the output in the right spot, but hey, if it ever guesses wrong, just add the phrase, put this in an artifact to your prompt, and Claude will route it correctly. Easy fix. So, the absolutely crucial takeaway we should all leave with today is this. Artifacts is the ultimate delivery system. It completely transforms standard text generation into finished working outputs. It keeps those outputs cleanly separated from your chat history. The live preview lets you interact with your creation instantly, and that incredible one-click publishing generates a public URL you can share with the world. All of this is backed by a built-in version history for completely stress-free iteration. It literally turns Claude from a simple chatbot into a real-world creation engine. If this sparked your curiosity, there is still so much more to uncover. Like, how do you handle common pitfalls? What actually happens if Claude straight up ignores your artifact request? Or how do you avoid accidentally overwriting your manual edits? You can master all of this and see some amazing, fully worked examples by checking out the Claude Master's ebook at claudemaster.net. Think about it. If you no longer need to know how to code to build functional web tools in seconds, what are you going to create first?